Welcome to DrVoIP Training. This brief training segment is from the DrVoIP ShoreTel 8 Administration video series. The complete 15 hours of training is available online or on DVD at drvoip.com. Let's meet our coach, Peter Buswell. Known throughout the telecom industry as DrVoIP, Peter brings a wealth of experience to his training sessions. He has worked in telecom since 1970. He's worked exclusively in VoIP since 1998. He's a VoIP entrepreneur with 3 venture capital-backed businesses. He has a Bachelor of Science degree in Information Technology Management, plus certifications from some of America's leading communications companies. Let's join one of Peter's training sessions now in progress.
This video clip will deal with toolbars. So if you're watching this in order, you noted that we just downloaded and installed a call manager for our user Gandalf DeGray. So at this point, we want to program some buttons for Mr. DeGray. And we may want to do that in one of 2 ways. First, I'd like to take you over to the call manager link here, where you will find 2 links, one to global toolbars. And if I go there, say new, I can create a toolbar that can be pushed out to all of my users. And this is especially useful if you'd like to standardize on the interface that your users see, or if you have users with special requirements. The toolbar programming is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to do a couple here. So let's call this something so this is going to be a standard toolbar that all of our users may have access to. And as you see, you can sort by function. There's a whole bunch of new capabilities in ShoreTel. If you select, let's say, telephony, then this window is only going to show you the telephony options. And if I go over here and I select configurations, well, at that point it shows me those kinds of options. I don't know, I like to just say show them all, I'll figure it out. So let's say I want to set up some buttons for monitoring extensions. So I'm going to select monitoring it, and let's assume that we need to keep our eyes on Clint. So at this point we'll say Clint Eastwood is a button, and delay before ring. Don't really ring me. I don't want my phone to ring when he calls, but I do want to be aware of his status. And at the same time, I can select whether I want caller ID to be displayed when he's on the phone. And I get to decide what behavior the button should have when it is connected. In other words, it's illuminated, Clint's on the phone. What'll happen if I push that? Typically I like to set that for whisper page, and I like to set the unused, when his button's not being used, it's not illuminated on my screen or my phone. I'd like, when I push that button, to intercom him. So as you can see, we might easily set up a number of again, we'll just go ahead and set up a couple. Again, whisper page and intercom are really useful. We can also do something like set a barge in if we have that credential and we're allowed to barge into Clint. And let's look at some windowing options here. I can actually activate my soft phone, open an external assignment, open the history viewer. There, add, modify my contacts. There are just a variety of options that I can include that will make me go a little faster by having them appear on my call manager. For example, I can cause a button to invoke a URL. So maybe I have, if I just go ahead and type that in here, we can, keep in mind if you don't save it, it didn't happen. So we've basically created this toolbar. And we can make the toolbar fairly extensive. At this point, I've just created a few for purposes of demonstration. And I want to remind you that this toolbar was made as a global toolbar. And global toolbars have a unique characteristic. If we go back here under users, user groups, we can click on a particular user group, like executives at this point, and you will notice down here that there's a toolbar. So I can go ahead and select the standard toolbar, and basically if I click this, it'll take me to the page that we just find that toolbar on. And what we're doing at this point is pushing out a set of buttons to every member of the executive user group. So those buttons are there, and if we were to take a look at Gandalf's call manager, we'll notice up here that we've got some new buttons. So I've actually got a button here to monitor the status of Clint Eastwood and Jessica Tandy. And I, in fact, have a button that's grayed out now to barge into Clint Eastwood. Obviously, if he's not on the phone, I can't actually use that button. And as you remember, the behavior of this button was to intercom Clint when I pushed that button. So as you can see, the intercom function works real well. And I can click on the Google link here, and it will in fact bring up and launch a new internet browser. So I think what you can do here is really limited by your own creativity. It's a very interesting capability, and I want you to now notice that that was a global toolbar. In other words, this will be on the desk of everybody that's in this user group.